Welcome you on the conference about art and culture education, where we want to look with each other on the situation of art and culture education in 5 different countries. And especially we want to look at the situation, well, how does every country or the ministry or teachers choose their content?
What was my main argument this morning, that it's important that there should be some cultural focus schools throughout Europe, because these schools, they bring a certain awareness, a certain vision about what they want to achieve with cultural education. And now in the Netherlands we started, but I think that also in other countries it's important that it's not only a national curriculum, but that some schools say they want improve their quality in cultural education.
In Estonia, there is a lot of changes in art education, and we are very happy for this, because our curricula became more modern and more connect with the real life. It's important that teachers have many choices now. Also, students have more choices then. And of course we try to keep our national culture, because we are a so small nation. We try to develop our creative mind. We are open people in Europe.
Estonia, the story of Estonia, of how they have a completely new curriculum development, and that they have wonderful ideas, but that there is a big gap between the profession of a teacher there and the appreciation from the society of that profession. So that was one that really shocked me in the beginning. And then at the other side was the frameworks that were used for curriculum development. The one of Scotland, the one of Finland. The importance of having a clear framework if you want to develop your curriculum. And that's what I learned from from Finland, from Scotland, from Estonia also, because that was more focused on the real practice of the teachers. The other ones was more abstract. But I think we have a lot in common.
We see culture education as a way for developing personal and social competences in children. So to get culture education in every class, so that every child has the opportunity to develop culture education, so for their personal and social skills, which is the essence of education. Another strategy is to find out what is culture education, to have a definition of that, and to get a problem solved of a lack of continuity in the curriculum about culture education. We are doing an investigation called Culture in the Mirror in Flanders. The investigation has as goals to make the framework that Barend van Heusen developed in the Netherlands, to translate it into the Flanders context.
I see even more clearly the importance of defining the basic concepts, what we are talking about when we're talking about art and cultural education. We should define them, and we should also reflect them so deeply and in detail that we all share that definition. We understand that we are talking about the same things, and that we need a kind of a roadmap of concepts, key words, which are like a pillars of education. When professionals are trying to cooperate, organize together what they are teaching and doing some project plans. They may have different languages, they have maybe different kind of education behind, they are at a different stage of life. They should, even in those situations, they should first start to understand each other and the context people are coming from. And after that, you are ready to go like a wider, to think about wider structure of education, how it should be structured and how it should be put into practice. This Netherlands model is quite unique, and I learned here that it's also that it's in a way it's localized. They are not the same. I had this picture in my mind that it's quite structured, you know, on a higher level, but it isn't that. It's really innovative in that sense that, for instance, here they have their own solutions, and there's this trust element which I was stressing yesterday, which I find really promising.
And seeing where countries like Finland and Belgium, Netherlands and Estonia are going next. And I think if we've got an opportunity to meet online and engage in conversations over a longer period of time, I think there are many things that we can learn from each other. I'm obviously keen to find out about the way that Finland are reorganising, refreshing their curriculum, what that will mean, and the experiences that we've already gone through in Scotland over the last few years, and if that can help with the Finnish approach, that would be a good thing too. I'm also keen to find out if we can take some of the ideas, some of the approaches that I've seen, particularly in the cultural focus schools, or the culture focus schools, or just focus schools, because I know that they look at sport and science as well, and some of the ideas that they have around how learning is organised, approaches to learning and teaching, how the day is organised from the pupil point of view or from the learner point of view, and also from the practitioner's point of view. Lots of different ideas and maybe things that we need to look at if we are projecting our thoughts forward 20 years, 30 years into the future. Is the organisation that we currently have something that's going to be suitable for children, for young people, as we go through the 21st century? I think the biggest surprise I had was how successful, as I said, the focus schools have been in taking a concept forward that I think many countries have struggled with, and that is breaking free of the shackles of the 50-minute period of teaching, and looking at how young people, how learners can take not just responsibility, but can really drive forward their own learning.
They wanted to explore with each other how the different countries choose their content for art education. And at first of all, I thought, well, Holland, that's so logical, we do it on this way. But we saw the last 2 days that every country is choosing their content and looking at art education on a very different way, but also on some parts on a similar way. So that was the goal, to explore that, to make there an outline of. And yeah, I'm very satisfied. To sum up, what I've learned is that some countries start with first a good plan, good policy, like in Belgium, Finland or Scotland. In Holland, we more start from the bottom up. We leave a lot of autonomy in the school. But we can learn from each other, so we need each other. My idea is that we should stay in contact with each other. Which kind of form, I don't know, but I think to meet each other once a year would be very worthful to do. And I also see that it's bringing you on new ideas. So yeah, once a year meeting or on the internet. We started the LinkedIn group, of course, but also we want to meet next year again. Well, the CIDREE is an important role, of course, because that is already a platform of European curriculum development organization. And the role of CIDREE is to have easily contacts with those people who are especially interested in curriculum development on art education.
I'm speaking from my heart because what I feel the last 2 days, I think that's very special, that it is possible in 2 days to make a group, a feeling in the group. That means that we have the same interest, the same targets, the same goals, we're on the same level, and we have to form a group for the next period, because a lot of things happened. We have a lot of things to feel, and it's very good also to go further. And special words was for me trust in teachers, flexibility, so on. That's typical mind settings for me.
How to learn from other people in other countries about art education, and to get inspired by other schools.
I like the involvement that everybody is showing into art.
It was very interesting to hear stories from other countries, to hear how the system is there.
Well, we had 2 lovely days with pupils from 5 countries. And I've got so much inspiration, and we have so much to learn from each other. That's why I wrote down we have to organize yearly such days for each country in Europe.
The of the conference was very positive. I liked to hear of various people how they organized art and culture. And what I now need is, I think I need that, vocabulary for all of us.